Ciao everyone, it's Alyssa coming at you with another slow fashion video for this bi-weekly midweek video. Gosh, that's complicated. I thought I would share with you some of my absolute essential shoes that I have in my shoe collection and the ones that I absolutely will not part with. I get a lot of requests to share my shoe collection and talk a little bit about it, so I thought I would do that in this way today. I will also share with you a little bit of an eye-opening revelation. I did a bit of an inventory count of my shoe collection. That was really interesting. And also I will share some of my oldest shoes and my most recent shoe purchases. So I hope this satisfies your shoe request. I definitely love talking about shoes. I truly believe they are the spice and the exclamation point and like all the good things that happen in an outfit are really based around the shoes. So this might be a little bit more of a chatty video than what you're used to, but as always I will try to incorporate some of my learnings and what I look for in essential footwear as well. So with that being said, let's jump on it. Because I believe in the power of shoes so much for really stretching the use of your closet, they are something that I've tended to accumulate over the years and I don't part with them that often. As much as I am less disciplined when it comes to shopping for shoes, they really are my kryptonite. I do choose them very wisely. So I thought I would do a little inventory of my shoe collection, because oftentimes I talk about building a curated closet based on whether your garments match your lifestyle and your climate and your current life situation. And I think the same applies for shoes as well. And this was an eye-opener. I'm kind of very unimpressed with myself. I own 10 pairs of pumps. I accumulated these during my time when I worked in finance. Like as an underwriter, you really don't need to run around and walk around too much. So a third of my shoe collection belongs to a lifestyle that I definitely no longer lead. I have 9 boots or booties, 2 mules or slingbacks, one of each, 3 pairs of flats, 7 sandals, 2 sneakers, 2 brogues, and 1 pair of running shoes. My running shoes are the ones that I run in, like those are my exercise and workout shoes. So those don't necessarily have to be counted, but they're a big part of my life, so had to include those. Other eye-opener here is that another third of my shoe collection belongs to footwear that is not appropriate for the climate that I live in the majority of the year. I thought that was really interesting. I would definitely encourage you to do a little shoe inventory as well. All that to say, I know what I need and what I no longer need to add to my shoe collection. I mean, really, I don't need to add anything. Who are we kidding? 36 pairs of shoes, let's be real. As I mentioned, I have 10 pairs of pumps. They are all, in my opinion, beautiful, comfortable, but the 2 that I will absolutely never part with are these 2 right here. Out of all my pumps, these, and I would say my red ones, probably get the most use. And the reason why I chose in particular the patent or the kind of pearlescent sheen here is that I find when it comes to a neutral shoe like a nude or a black, you really need a texture or a little like design element. See the studs here, or even the kind of cut open here on this black one. You need those little extra design and texture elements to make them feel a little bit more interesting. I find a matte pair of nude or black pumps can make an entire outfit fall flat. These have served me so well. Even if my outfit is all neutral or comprised of basics, that little pearlescent sheen, those little details really bring the whole outfit up a notch. For those of you who just don't like heels in general, you're not going to believe me when I say this, but for a heel, these are absolutely incredibly comfortable. I believe it has to do not necessarily with the pitch, but the support between the stiletto and the bottom of the sole. Even though the heel is so thin, where it falls right directly under the ball of my foot makes a huge difference as well. I am not the type of person to purchase a pair of shoes that I intend to kick off at the end of the night when the dancing starts. A, because it ruins your outfit. B, because I am so scared of stepping on a piece of glass that someone's drunken cousin broke on the dance floor. And C, because I don't think it makes any sense to purchase something whether it's a shoe or a garment, that you know won't get the job that you're looking for done. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I've had these black shoes here for at least 10 years. I found them in this tiny little shop in a little town south of Rome called Frosinone. These cost me about 250 euro, which in Canadian dollars is like a mortgage payment, but I'm just kidding, it's not that bad. But anyway, these were a very expensive shoe, and yet, gosh, the amount of times that I've worn them over this 10-year period, cost per wear is down. These are Manolo Blahniks, and honestly, I believe that every Manolo Blahnik shoe probably has a team of aerospace engineers behind them for the fact that they are so comfortable. These only cost $100 on the RealReal, but with my duties and taxes, because I live in Canada, they came to about 250. But to me, I lumped those costs in to the whole total cost of the shoe. It really didn't bother me that much. I would never be able to find a pair of Manolos like this for that amount of money. Gosh, I love those shoes. And I should also give an honorable mention to my red pumps. Red is an incredibly classic color that pairs beautifully with a lot of neutrals. Okay, my abundant sandal collection. Maybe it's because of my constant attempt to manifest me living in a warmer climate. I will show you my favorite sandals. My top two sandals have to be these two here. This beautiful platform wedge came from the same little shop just outside of Rome in Frosinone. Normally, I'm not a big fan of a wedge unless it's in the form of an espadrille or something like that. Oh, that was on my list too. I should just take it off. I think the reason why the chunkiness here doesn't bother me so much is because the upper itself is really delicate. Like, look at all that detail. So it doesn't come across as too bottom heavy when I'm wearing it. These are incredibly comfortable because the pitch isn't super high, and it's got a nice rubber sole. The other sandal that I really like are surprisingly these flat ones. I normally require a lot more arch support, but these are very comfortable. I found them secondhand. They are Moschino. I love how minimal and discreet they are. And honorable mentions have to go to... These are a great, cool pair of dramatic gladiator sandals that you can wrap all the way up your leg. I've always wanted a pair of these. They are bananas comfortable because of the incredible cushioning and beautiful leather sole. But even cooler is that they are made out of recycled tires on the bottom here. The owner of this company, Brave Souls, her name is Crystal. She is Canadian. She ensures all of her employees get a fair and living wage. I love it when a company can make beautiful things out of resources that already exist and are just kind to the planet and the humans that make them at the same time. There are a lot of boots that I like out of the 9 boots and booties that I own. The first, though, has to be these snakeskin block booties. They are from a Canadian company called Brown's Shoes. I've had them for at least 4 years. I honestly think this type of muted snakeskin is so key for kind of just camouflaging and blending in with any kind of outfit you need to wear, but also gives it a little bit of a statement and interest and personality because of the animal print and the interesting texture. Even the toe is a pretty classic toe. I also love these Ugg boots. I love how they hit mid-calf, and I can tuck jeans into them, or sometimes if they're wide enough, wear pants over top. They are incredibly comfortable. The pitch is great. There is a nice solid heel that lands under the ball of my foot, so I get a lot of good support, and they are fuzzy sheepskin at the bottom, so I can wear these well into the fall when it gets a little bit frosty and cold and still be warm. They're too old to be trendy, but I just think they're such a great boot. My over-the-knee suede boots, which I have had taken to a cobbler several times. I bought them secondhand maybe 5 years ago, and I remember over-the-knee boots weren't really a trend. I paid about $200 Canadian for these, and I also had rubber added to this sole because I knew that it was a boot that I would want to wear in the winter as well. Definitely not as the kind of boot you wear for public transportation, but a nice going out boot. I have two pairs of sneakers, and to be honest, I'm not super attached to either of them. I think, you know, a sneaker in general is essential to your closet, more of a lifestyle sneaker or a really great athletic shoe that you can pass off as a lifestyle sneakers. There are so many of those now that kind of walk that fine line. I have two pairs of brogues, but the one pair that I hope never dies on me and that I will never let go of are these awesome Cole Haan brogues. I've been wearing this exact model of brogue for, gosh, I don't know, 7 years. I am a huge fan of the completely rubbery sole, and sadly, Cole Haan, their new models of this, the bottom rubber sole is very sporty and athletic looking, and it's a lot thicker, and it's got a whole bunch of details, which I really don't like. So this shoe is never going to leave my closet. My 3 flats, to be honest, I love them all. Here they are! So I was actually able to narrow it down. These 2 flats are my absolute essentials, and I think it's because they both play such very different style roles. This very worse for wear Burberry flat that I found secondhand, also on the RealReal, is now my replacement for pumps when I have to visit clients and things like that, or I have to do a bunch of running around as well. These keep me looking polished and professional and feel a little bit ladylike. I know I need a new pair of these. The metallic is looking really worse for wear. I don't know if you can see that, but I really haven't been able to find a metallic pointed flat that I absolutely love as much as this yet. When I look for a pointed flat though, or a flat like this, I prefer a toe that is either almond-shaped or pointed because it elongates my leg. And I also look for a vamp, which is this part here, that is a little bit lower so that we can see more of my foot and it elongates my line. But it's important that the vamp isn't too low that you don't have enough support or coverage in your foot. And my beautiful brogues. These I also found secondhand. They are Russell & Bromley, a very chic-y, traditional, kind of one of those legacy British brands. These are incredibly comfortable. I can't believe I found them secondhand. They're barely worn. And I just love the support, the lift, and I love that old school menswear vibe that they give. Finally, there's one category that wasn't exactly listed in my little inventory, but I think they have to be mentioned, and that is party shoes. I did a video on essential footwear. It's more of a general suggestion on what to look for essentials because we're all different. I'm not going to tell you what kind of shoe you have to buy. But anyway, a party shoe or a festive shoe that makes you feel happy and like there's a party on your feet, I think is a really important piece to have in your closet. So I will share mine with you. A little bit thicker than the other one, but the heel has to be a little bit thicker because there's not as much support around the rest of my foot, and the thicker heel really does help me stay balanced and keep my support. I was able to wear these shoes all night, and I continuously wear them for party time. And the other shoe is another recent purchase. I found these last summer at a crazy vintage outdoor sidewalk market for either $7 or $10. I mean, just look at this. Look at the detail, the color. Can you see? Will you focus, camera? Oh, there it is. Oh, I mean, what a great combination of colors. I just love it. And I think what's important, if you're someone who likes a mule or a slingback, I think good design in this kind of shoe means that the encasement here goes far back enough that you're not slipping and sliding and you're not worried about your shoe falling off or flapping around as you walk. I think you really do need this support up here. There you have it. Those are my personal essential footwear. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of my shoe collection for those of you who were asking for it. And if you didn't and you are still here, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I will be back on Sunday with another slow fashion video. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao!